Hey guys. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm like super sweaty. Oh my gosh, it took forever to get this camera set up, but we're ready. Okay, so 2 things. Number 1, well, I got, wait, what are the 2 things? 2 good things that have currently happened this month. Number 1, I just hit my 10-year vegan anniversary. June 8th was the day, and we're celebrating that. So 10 years of just dedication to the lifestyle, and man, I can't believe it's been 10 years already. It's blown by faster than I thought. So we're gonna talk about 10 things that I wish I knew before I went vegan. But before we get into that, second good thing is I am now officially certified in nutrition. I am a certified nutritionist. I got my level 1 certification through Precision Nutrition. I have been working on that for like quite some time, and so now it's done. I still have a lot more to learn. I don't know everything, but we're gonna work with what I know now and just keep it going. So I'm proud because that has been a long time coming. And for those who don't know, I also have a bachelor's in dietetics, but the ultimate goal is to become a registered dietitian one day. But right now we're gonna start with, baby steps, take it day by day. 10 things that I wish I knew before I went vegan. First thing I wish I knew before I went vegan is that it is okay to eat cooked food. When I first went vegan, it was more on the raw side. I wasn't completely raw. I did eat some cooked food, but I was led to believe that cooked, wasn't that great or wasn't digested. Like the body didn't digest cooked food better than raw food, which is not true. If you are coming over into like a vegan lifestyle, or if you are making the decision to eat plant-based, and of course this varies per person, it's okay to eat cooked food. Rice, beans are not going to hurt unless you have like a specific GI, disorder. But for the most part, like when I first crossed over into veganism, I ate mostly raw, a lot of mono meals, and then I and then I ate like maybe 1 cooked meal out of the day. But now it's just a mix of both. I don't kind of lean to one side over the other. So yeah, just putting it out there. It's okay to eat some cooked vegetables. You can still get your nutrients in. It's not gonna kill all the nutrients. You might even digest it a lot better. I noticed that when I eat certain raw vegetables, it actually is harder for me to digest. So that's just my body, my take on it, my experience. But yeah, so that's the first thing. Second thing is it's okay to eat soy. Before I went vegan, I thought that soy was like one of the most unhealthy things that you could eat, and it's totally not true. It is a lot of misinformation centered around soy. Of course, there are some not so healthy forms of it that you can obtain through your food, but for the most part, if it's like from a whole food source, it is totally healthy. I have been eating soy for quite some time, and all the things that all the myths that were centered around it, like infertility and cancer, and it's estrogen producing, like none of that is true. I'm completely healthy, and I'm gonna do a whole video on this. Like I really want to touch up on this topic. There's just so much false information centered around it that I think educating other people about soy would just make them feel a lot more better. Versus like, if you don't like the taste of, tofu or whatever, that's different. That's personal preference, but it is a healthy, very healthy food to include in your diet. And it's a great source of protein too, especially if you're plant-based or vegan, to keep in your diet so that you can just get your protein in. So yeah, not gonna elaborate too much on that. Balance is everything, but you'll live. Tofu and tempeh is not gonna hurt you. Third thing I wish I knew is to eat in variety. When I first went vegan, like I ate in variety, but not enough. I ate a lot of mono meals, meaning I would eat like one particular fruit. Like I would eat a whole bunch of bananas for one meal. And then maybe for the second meal, I would eat a whole bunch of, I don't know, pears. And then I would eat a cooked meal like spaghetti in the evening. And it just did not work out. Sorry. It just did not work out. I was breaking out. My body wasn't digesting food properly. It was just like a little bit of a nightmare. So eating variety, when I say eating variety, you want to add, you know, different types of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds to your meals, not just sticking to one predominant food and cutting out a whole bunch of stuff. Avoid doing that because your body needs to pull from different food groups so that you can get the max amount of nutrients and vitamins you need to thrive and live a healthy life. So yeah, avoid mono meals. I wouldn't recommend that from personal experience. Next point, protein is fairly easy to get in on a vegan or / plant-based diet. It's not as hard as you may think. If you're eating legumes, grains, nuts, green leafy vegetables, or even just vegetables in general, right? Seeds, protein powders, all of those things are going to help you get in your protein and meet your protein needs throughout the day. So not being able to get in your protein or get enough protein is not going to be an issue. Trust me. I mean, it might be a little bit harder, yes, than someone who eats a regular diet, because they eat a regular diet, they have more options. But as far as like if you want to or if you need to eat a plant-based diet for health reasons, it's fairly easy to get in your protein amounts and to hit those protein recommendations. Now, if you are someone who's in bodybuilding, maybe, you know, you have to be a little bit more strategic about it, because you are, you know, when bodybuilding is more centered around aesthetics versus just, I just want to live healthy, right? Those are two different things. You eat differently whenever you focus your foods around how you want to appear, how you want to look. So keep that in mind. Protein is not an issue. You got that. It is yours for the taking if you decide to eat plant-based or just implement more plant-based foods into your diet. My fifth reason is don't be so hard on yourself. Like when I first went vegan, I was like textbook vegan. I mean, there's a spectrum of those that are diehard vegans, like they're out in the streets protesting, holding up signs. Like I have protested, but I've never been that like a really aggressive vegan who pushes their, like who's pushy with it. I'm not like that. I was very strict with the dieting part. Never pushy, but just pushy with myself as far as, oh, this has not be cooked in the same kitchen or with the same utensils as something that contains meat or dairy, or fish, seafood, whatever. I was very, 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 very just, it has to be vegan, like there are going to be times where you may be forced to eat vegetarian, or something that is like, that is just not plant-based. So for instance, oh, I'm sorry, the bug was on me. The beauty of being outside. So what I mean by that, there are going to be times where you may want to give yourself some leeway, and that's okay. There are times where I do eat vegetarian, like during special events, like holidays, a wedding, I'm going to have a slice of cake. If it's, a special holiday like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, I might have a cookie, brownie, some cake, like something that's vegetarian, and that's okay, like to let yourself relax a little bit, because the predominant part of your diet comes from plants, and that you are giving back in a sense, right? It's not going to hurt you to have something that is not plant-based every now and then. It's not going to be the end of the world, or you're going to be casted out of the vegan lifestyle or the vegan community. Just getting rid of that cult-like attitude is so important. You know, it's okay to kind of give yourself some leeway with certain things. So there are some vegans that I have met that do the same thing. Like, you know, during special holidays, there's very special events like weddings. I've already mentioned that. Weddings, baby showers, whatever the sort may be. They may eat something that is vegetarian, and you know, and they're just like, okay, but you know what your main diet is, you know your purpose, you know your intentions, right? So don't be so hard on yourself if you are even traveling and you know you have to eat something that has some dairy in it. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. So my 6th point is stand your ground. There are gonna be some unsolicited opinions. There are going to be some unwelcoming opinions about, you know, you choosing to be vegan or you choosing to want to eat plant-based for whatever your reason may be. And there are going to be people who don't maybe agree with that or maybe give you negative feedback. And you have to stand your ground. I've always been pretty good with that, especially in the beginning. That's kind of how I got into this. I was like, okay, well, if I can't do this, let me see if I can't do it. You know, like whenever I got into bodybuilding and the fitness, on the fitness side of the vegan lifestyle, I did my first fitness competition. I had a lot of naysayers, like, oh, you're not gonna be able to build muscle, you're gonna be unhealthy, you're going to break bones, and none of that happened. I was able to, you know, put some muscle on. I think I got some muscle. I was able to put on some muscle, and I'm proud of that. And I completed my first show. I've never broken a bone in my body, thank God. Thank the Lord. And you're just gonna have those people who just don't align, and that's okay. We're all right to our opinions and our values and beliefs, but if veganism is something that you stand by and it's something that aligns with your values and your goals and your beliefs or your lifestyle, whatever, however you want to put it, however you want to word it, stand by that. Stand by that. Don't let someone influence you to do otherwise because that's what they think, unless there's really, really, really good reasoning behind that. And in the same sense, you want to be fair to other people too, right? So you don't want to be really pushy with your values and views with veganism, you know. Be easy. I wouldn't be pushy and push it on someone. That's not fair either. It goes both ways. Next one is be confident. So this kind of leads into standing your ground, is being confident. So if someone is asking you questions about, you know, why do you eat plant-based or why did you go vegan, be confident in that. Be proud of that. There are a lot of reasons to go vegan. You know, you're giving back. It's healthy. It makes you feel energetic. You're doing less harm. You're giving back to the planet. It's just, be proud of that. Like whatever that is, whatever your reasoning may be, maybe it may be health issues, right? So explain it and be confident in that. Don't shy away from it. Have the conversation, because if someone's asking, that means they're curious. And out of curiosity, they want to learn more about it. And you know, this is your time to educate and give them detail and your insights on why you chose to eat plant-based or to be vegan. My next one, I wish I knew, and I really did learn this one, is to stay prepared. You know, whether you're traveling, going to a social event, stay prepared. So if you're traveling, say out of the country or to, like, I don't know, somewhere far where you're not going to be able to prepare your own food, because, you know, I cook a lot of my own food most of the time. If you're taking a long flight, let's say to another country, you can pre-book your meals online. So like if you have a dietary restriction or a dietary preference, most airlines will cater to that. And all you have to do is go online and say if you're vegetarian or vegan, plant-based, whatever, they'll have options for that. I didn't know that. I had traveled to Asia one time and I did not know that. And so on my way back, I had pre-booked vegan meals for me so that I had something to eat. But on my way there, it was just one thing I can't do is I can't do meat or seafood or fish. So I just kind of ate vegetarian on the way there. So I can't even remember what it was. Maybe it was like some mashed potatoes that had some stuff in it, or some chips. I don't know. But I had to eat vegetarian, pick apart my meals, or just be, I was slim pickings, I didn't know. So yeah, just stay prepared. Maybe bring your own snacks too. Bring your own snacks, and you can bring your own food. I didn't bring my own food, I'll be honest, I didn't. I just was not prepared. But yeah, if you're traveling somewhere far, even if like a road trip, just stay prepared, make sure you have food with you. Say if you're going to an event, eat before, or bring your own food with you. Let's say if it's a family gathering, bring your own food with you. Have something there, or contribute. Bring a dish or something that makes you inclusive. Yeah. So stay prepared, so you just don't get hungry. The thing is you don't want to be in a situation where you get really, really hungry, and then you get those hangry headaches, and then you get irritable and cranky. Yeah, avoid that. So stay prepared, eat before, bring your food, share your food, however you want to do it. Next point, I think this might be one of the most important out of the ones I've listed so far, is veganism is a selfless lifestyle. So eating plant-based and being vegan are not the same thing. There is a difference there. Veganism is a lifestyle. It is to do less harm. It is to give back to the planet as a species, as opposed to someone who eats plant-based. They just eat plant-based. They might still consume products or clothing that are made from animals. So just know that if you decide to be vegan, or you are trying to move over slowly into the lifestyle, it is just honestly just giving back. It's not about you. It is really just about reducing your footprint, your carbon footprint on the planet. Because as a species, we are takers. We don't necessarily give back to the circle of life. So your goal here is to remind yourself that, oh, when things do get hard or tough, or why am I doing this? It's just, remember, it's a selfless lifestyle. Veganism is not easy. It's not easy. You know, it has to be something that you want to do. That's why I say, hey, give yourself some leeway sometimes. It doesn't have to be perfect and to the T, but it is worth doing, and it is rewarding in itself. No, I don't think it's for everybody, but I do think it's doable. And just remind yourself that it's a selfless lifestyle. It's not about you. It's about the planet and the animals, and just doing your best as a human to give back while you're here. So my last thing that I wish I knew, and I think that this might be the most important, it kind of piggybacks on what I just mentioned, is to pride yourself on what you're doing. Just know that you're giving back to the planet. You are doing a good deed. You know, whenever you feel like you're doing something good, or you're making a positive impact, it kind of helps the psyche. It helps you mentally. I mean, at least it helps me. It makes me feel good that, you know, I'm doing something here. I have a purpose, and, you know, I do want to leave a better space for the next generations to come. So just keep in mind that, you know, pride yourself on being vegan. It's it's not a very easy lifestyle to live. Take pride in what you're doing. Just take ownership of that. Pride yourself on doing a good thing. Like, if you want to give yourself a pat on the back, do that, because you are giving back. You're making a positive impact, and it's a good feeling to know that you are doing something good on the earth. And there's something to be proud of, because it's not a very easy thing to do. And no, I'm not saying dangle it over someone's head or whatever, but it is something to be, you know, proud of. Whether you do it and commit maybe 3 months out of the year, and then you go off and then come back, however you decide to go about it, just pride yourself on that, saying, oh man, I did give back, and I did do a good thing. So those are my things that I wish I knew before I went vegan. And those are some of the things I've learned since I've been on this lifestyle for 10 years. And yeah, we're gonna keep it going, hopefully another 10 years. And man, time is flying. Oh my gosh, time is flying. But I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. If you're vegan and you've been vegan for some time, even if you've been vegan for like, I don't know, a year, or if you've been vegan for 20 years, what is something you wish you knew before you went vegan? You guys know what I wish I knew. It would be nice to know what you guys knew or what you guys know. I don't know. But all right, that's it. I am like dehydrated. I need some water. It is so hot out here. So I'm out. This is the end of this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, continue to take care of yourselves. Bye.